The red. There we go. We are live. What's up? It is the live stream lounge, and we are back. It's been another mini vacay, but we are hanging out tonight with James and Aaron G.
Oh, yeah, it's happening. What?
What is going on? James, you need to say hello.
Oh, yeah, James.
What's up, James? You why the sad face? You look so down.
Oh, or maybe it's stoicism.
What are you not a fan of Memorial Day? Is Memorial Day weekend?
No, it's just other stuff.
Other stuff?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Okay.
That's why Aaron
in solace for the fallen warriors of the past. His smiles are gone in solidarity.
We'll go with that.
Dude, we are going to take that frown and we are going to turn it upside down. And to begin with that, I am going to make some fancy drinks. James, I think you need some caffeine in your drink. Am I right about that?
No, my pants just got 6 inches shorter because I hated the idea.
He's back.
Oh, he's back, and he's better than ever.
He's back.
Said the magic word. This time I'm prepared. They said the magic acronym.
So Aaron, tell me what you got. You've got like a mini, dude. I've got my mini set up over here, and it looks like you've got your own.
What's weird? You got the Mac,
look,
you got the PC.
Oh my gosh!
Android.
Between our phones and my Stream Deck, we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screens happening here, dude. We are ready to live stream. Oh my gosh! And we're going to be talking about the future and art and everything coming up. I can't wait. For those of you in the chat, please say hello, and we'll be getting to some comments soon. But first, why don't you join us in making some drinks at home? And it doesn't have to be alcoholic. A couple of these drinks, there's going to be a little bit of fun stuff. Actually, all of them are going to have fun stuff, but not all of them are going to have alcohol. So whatever your poison is at home, even if it's Kool-Aid,
or
it's all good.
Maybe your poison is hugs. Yeah, maybe that.
Or maybe it's Capri Sun. Did you drink Did you drink Capri Sun when you were a lad?
I definitely did.
Oh.
Yeah, what is it? The thing with trees were the bags. You would take that thing, and they were so cool. They were like, yeah, and I did that. I was like, oh man, I'm totally gonna do that. I was like, yeah.
I know, me too. Every time it wouldn't get in.
Yeah, and you have to
finally it would get in, and it was so embarrassing because it's like squirting you all over the face, and it won't stop. But you realize that you're squeezing it.
That's what happened.
Crazy. All right, so I am going to make something fun. Are you more of a Sprite Zero guy or more of a Werner Zero guy?
I think I'm going to start something with the Werners.
The Werners, all right. Little Michigan.
Little
Michigan.
Yes, when I'm in Michigan, I like to do the Werners.
All right.
Werners.
Start with a little bit of that. Let that go down. Then we've got a little bit of Rose's grenadine for a splash of color.
Ooh.
See if we can get kind of a sunset effect going here. We'll see. In the meantime, a little bit of that left over from earlier. A little more caffeine. So, how have you guys been? Like, what's the latest? Have you guys? What's the latest? What's going on?
Man, well. So a little bit of change. Apparently, I don't know if you've heard this, but computers have been thinking lately and talking to people. So randomly, because I have been keeping up with AI because I'm kind of a geek, I have been doing a lot with AI and language models, which is essentially computers that are talking to you. It's one of the things. Computers that are talking to you. They talk to you. So I thought, hey, man, let's talk. I'm going to create a toolkit for people who watch your show who might be, into talking computers and learning stuff. So during the show, I'll be referencing a link a mystical link that kind of gives you the fast track to kind of like the head of the line, because everything is like the Wild West. And they're really out there, like, you know, these people are coming up and their model is the best. And these people's models is the best. And mine, I don't know if mine are the best, but they're the ones that I use. So I'm just going to give you some links and just say, get on out there and do what you can do. And what's cool about AI is if you don't need to know a whole lot about it, because the whole thing is it's a language model. So it will teach you how to talk to it. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my gosh, we've got so much to chat about.
Oh man.
I can't wait. We're going to be talking about, I'm really interested. We've talked in the past a few weeks ago about AI and art and what's bad about it, but what could potentially be good about it. But what we haven't talked about, we haven't really talked about the other medias. We haven't talked about sound. We haven't talked about music. We haven't talked about movies. Right now, there's a huge writer's strike in Hollywood, and one of the big things on the table is AI and how right now the studios are trying to figure out ways to use it, but the individual actors and writers and everyone, I mean, oh my gosh, there's just so much to talk about. And I wanted to get into a little bit of the pros and cons tonight.
I guess just to catch everybody up, just in case you weren't paying attention, AI has like out of the gate, there was this company called, I believe it's OpenAI, isn't it? It's funny because I just did a whole bunch of stuff. I believe it's OpenAI, and they released this thing called, if you haven't heard of it, Chat GPT. And I had heard it referenced on talks and stuff like that, but essentially it is a chat bot. It's a robot pretending to be a human, essentially. And what's cool about it, though, is that no one is telling it what to say. It is saying things on its own. And OpenAI's model has been, in order for it to better itself at talking to people, it has to talk to people. So they made this free app. Everybody's out there. The problem with it is it can write and generate original content super fast, like in like 30 seconds. So if you say, hey, you know what? Say if I like hypothetically wanted to write a children's book series, and then I wanted to write 10 books in that series, I could do it in theoretically an hour. So that's a little bit scary to some people. And actually, it's taking a lot of jobs away because people are just messing with AI, and now they're not doing other things like say, oh, let me throw something out there like maybe voiceovers, maybe one of those things.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're gonna go deep. I want to get through some Aladdin stuff, and then we are gonna have a huge. Yeah. We're gonna get into it. Real quick though, I need to finish these drinks. I need to know, James, what flavor would you like added to the top of this? Mocha glazed donut, peanut butter cup, butter toffee, cookie dough, or vanilla bean? Mocha.
I love that there was no hesitation.
Mocha Loca.
Mocha.
So I was on vacay last weekend with my buddy Scott and Casey and his wife, and we were in Mocha Boca Raton. We were living Da Vida Boca.
Nice.
And it was it was just a nice, I just had a vacay, but this is just a real quick weekend, and it was just a nice little relaxing recharge. And whoops. Did I finish this? I might as well pour the rest of this. I know it's so close. Am I going to spill with it? No. All right. Give a little swirl for James and I. A little candy bar magic.
Candy bar magic.
Have you guys seen the meme? I just can't get enough of the kid that have you ever had a dream? Do you know who I'm talking about? The kid who's
dream that you thought was so real.
Yeah, who stutters, the kid who stutters.
No, I'm sorry to say those are Morpheus thing. I couldn't help myself.
It's this kid who stutters, and it's so endearing because finally, when he gets through what he's trying to say, he's got a big smile on his face at the end as he gets through it. But the thing that's great is it became this huge meme, but it's this poor kid, like kind of he can't get the words out.
Yeah.
The great thing about it is someone put a funky beat behind it, and it totally sounds like this kid is rapping, and he's on purpose. Like, have you ever had a dream that you want, and it's so like it really goes to the beat. It's so exactly. Now people have added bass and they've added like guitar and like it's so, and they've done all kinds of crazy music, but it's kind of cool because they took something that was, maybe not you don't want to make bad, you don't want to make fun of people for stuttering, but they've turned it into a thing where like this kid is a god now. It's amazing. It's like it's so neat.
I love stuff like that.
I love stuff like that too.
Man, I wish one of those things would happen to me.
You guys, cheers. It did happen. I stuttered when I was a kid.
Man, I stutter right now.
And you know what? I couldn't say my S's, so I said my favorite movie is Star Wars, and Superman was pretty good too.
My favorite movie is Star Wars.
Ooh,
Nice.
Is nice. Very good. Summertime. All right, guys, you know what that means? It means it's time for the intro. Yes. Oh my gosh. So I can't wait. We got a lot to go over. James, you have to tell me about your necklace here. We're always commenting. You've got this cool shirt. It's got the cool
I feel like that's a segment on the show.
What's James wearing? So like it's hard to see, but it's like a mesh, and it's the asymmetrical drip. And I like the double zip. Dude, has there been a lady that's come up to you and just can't help herself but grab the two zippers and just like
I hate
yank down to reveal?
If ladies found me remotely appealing, I would have definitely let you know by now.
That means yes, that has happened.
Means yes, that has happened.
Oh my goodness!
And what's the what is this?
This is a little tiger medallion here.
It almost looks like
Rower.
oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness! Where did that tiger go? It's not there anymore. Oh, there it is. One more time.
And is that Korean on the back? It almost looks like
this is Chinese.
Oh, okay.
You're hard pressed to find Korean stuff in pop culture type jewelry, but it was the year of the tiger. Last year was the year of the tiger, so
okay.
It's true. Kate.
And are you Year of the Tiger?
No, but this.
Okay. What are you year of?
But he is today.
Do you know what you're year of?
The year. I think I'm the year. I think it's something lame. I think it's like
I'm
the
year
sheep or something.
I'm year of the rat.
You're the rat.
Yeah.
Rat.
Our grandfather was Year of the Dragon.
Mm.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
That's what I'm saying. But now, wait a minute. Who came up with the dragon and then came up with the rat and said the rat deserved a whole year? A whole year of the rat?
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Well, we're coming up. I don't know if we're coming up in the year of the dragon.
There's a guy who's like really famous who is Year of the Rat. And he's throwing his cell phone at the door right now. Oh my God, rats are amazing! Did you know? I'm sorry, guy.
All right, so let's get to some comments. So Sanaim Massey says, "Hey guys, how are you? What is up? Hey Matt, can you draw Indiana Jones 5 poster? Show the process of you doing it." Gosh, I won't be able to get one done in time for the film. I would love to. There is something related to Indiana Jones 5, though, that I can't talk about yet. But it is something really cool. I will probably make a video on it, but I can't talk about it
I thought
just
you were
yet.
gonna say, I will probably make something up.
I wish. But hey, David Van Dyke, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're doing well. And Joe Palazzolo, what up, y'all? What is up? Thank you for hanging out.
Man.
All right, so real quick, I wanted to go through some of the stuff that's happened. So I wasn't here last week. I have a few things just to kind of recap what's been going on. First of all, as you know, our special guest is once again Aaron Golematis, Aaron G TV. And And of course, Aaron is the Jinn of Wisdom. You're going to be seeing
It's
a
true.
lot more of Aaron. Now, one thing I need to say is that, something that I never realized until recently, and we've talked about this, is that everyone knows the genie, right? From Disney's Aladdin. And that genie, like, he was always doing impressions, and he's all like kind of zany, and he's on fire and everything. And I never wanted to compete with that. So I came up with this thing called the Jinn of Wisdom that also commands a presence, but it's a much different, it's more refined. There is comedy involved, but it's a more serious take on a jinn. It's more thought provoking. But the funny thing is that right now we're kind of keeping the Jinn of Wisdom a mystery. But the funny thing is that when people get to know you in real life
are more like
you're
genie.
Actually kind of like the real genie, because you're on fire. You do voice acting. You can do amazing impressions of celeb. You get hired professionally to do voiceovers of celebrities and stuff. So it's so funny because a lot of people might think after meeting you, but having not seen the movie, that like, oh man, he's going to be a great genie and stuff. But it's like you are an incredible jinn, but I think it's not what people are expecting. It's going to be interesting to see what.
Wow, that is funny too. Yeah, because that is me all the time. I'll probably like I'm telling a story or something like that. I don't talk this way, but this is a really good way to tell stories. So if I'm like, this guy's laughing, he's watching this right now. But it's like, you tell a story, you say, oh man, it was amazing, it's really cool. Well, it's better to tell with that story than this one. And also, if you're like doing photographs or something like that or a shoot, it's not as cool to say, hey, you know what? I don't like that outfit as much. It's not as cool. I think we should do something. It's like, I'm going to set that on fire right now, and don't even put it on the rack. Don't curse anyone with it. Set it on fire. It's just better. It's easier to take. So, and if you're trying to be intelligent about something, relay wisdom or something, right? You might use that accent.
Now, what would you use if you wanted to do something just inspirational and just like over the top, feel good, Sunday morning? What would that be?
Feel good Sunday morning. A lot of times is this way. It's like this here. I think, I have these little things, like sometimes you hear a voice that I do, but you have that voice inside of you. There's some voices I think people have, and one of the voices is the inspirational black man. I think everybody has an inspirational black man inside of them that they need to awaken if they haven't heard that voice. That's the one that tells you to get up in the morning and like quit being a pansy. You need to just suck it up and, get some dirt on it and just go on out and do something amazing. Don't talk about your pain. This moment right here, the pain that you're feeling is your origin story. So that's like the first one. Sunday morning, man. Sometimes you need a Sunday night. You're about to go to sleep. Now is the time for your sleep. Not young after the show, obviously. But after this, you're going to go to sleep. You're going to get your rest and prepare yourself to write the poetry of your day. Man, you're about to start. If you haven't already started it, maybe you already started it. And this is like the middle part. This is the part before the hero rises. So that's pretty good.
Wow. All right. Seriously?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, works for a lot of things. I know this guy too, man. He talks just like that. That's crazy.
I need that sermon. I need that every Sunday. That is fantastic.
I might do that because he has just a bunch of things. It's just really cool, and he is a complete character.
And it really does give you power, and it makes you
like,
feel
man,
good.
You know what? I am in my origin story. I'm gonna get out there and do my stuff, man. You know what? I am cool. I am strong.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Is this movie Aladdin that you're making, Matt? Yes, we're talking about Aladdin 3477. This is Aaron Golematis, who plays the Jinn of Wisdom, and so much coming soon. We actually got a couple reveals tonight, all kinds of fun stuff. And Fruit Loop says hello. What up, Fruit Loop? Thank you so much for joining us.
All day.
All right. So some real quick things to recap. So since last we spoke about a week and a half ago, we had the Movies That Made Me event. that was really, really cool. And Tom Santilli hosted, and it was just a lot of fun. It was at the Maple Theater in Birmingham. The film that I chose was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I was 12 years old when it came out, and it really, surprisingly, it actually inspired a lot of Aladdin 3477. There's like the Hindu visuals, and it's relentless action. Some parts are so hysterical, but some parts are also a little darker than you might have been, and expecting. A lot of fun. Everyone who came out got a free art print that I did of this really tender moment with Harrison Ford and Ke Huy Quan. Ke Huy Quan, who's now an Oscar winner, which is amazing, right? So cool. So that was a lot of fun to do. This was a really cool art print for me to do, because usually I do full-blown paintings, and so this was just like a limited, just like a sketch, and just something simple. So this was I don't know if people went thinking they were going to get an art print that was going to be full-blown color, and once they saw it was Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, maybe thought there was going to be all kinds of craziness and like the mine cart roller coaster going through. But I just, for this, I thought less was more.
That's fine. I just watched his interview. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Actually, it'll probably be on the Discord. But the of him recapping his meeting of Harrison Ford and how nervous he was. It's like, I don't know if he was going to remember. I mean, it's been so long. We haven't seen each other. And he goes over and, he's, Harrison, he's like, for a while, he was just kind of known for being just very serious. And so he walks over to him and everything. And then he's like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. And he says, what was the guy's name in the
Ke Huy Quan? Oh, Short Round.
Short Round. He's like, are you Short Round? And then it's like, that was so cool. And then he's like, it's me, Indy.
And my gosh, that's great.
So he recognized, and it's like, oh man, that is so cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, that's
stuff like
awesome.
that makes me really sentimental.
Yeah.
It's like, because I think that's what got me like hanging with you. And this idea was so attractive to me, because it's like, to be in on something like that. I used to watch all the behind the scenes footage of all of these shows and everything, and I was the geek who like had I would record them on VCR. Those are hard drives that were analog that you would put inside of a
tape decks, essentially.
Exactly. A card reader that was had a little muskrat inside of it that ran and showed pictures. But and it's like, man, I wish I could be like, where's my like Jim Henson, Frank Oz, where's my it's like, who were those people? They were, I wish I could be there. It's like, dude, I'm totally going to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
we're doing it now, man.
Wow.
We're doing it. So anyway, there was a really cool Q&A afterward, plus the Santilli stinger. There were questions from the audience, and it's all been recorded. My buddy Mike Heston was kind enough to film it for us, and then I released it last Tuesday. You can check that out on the YouTube. That was actually I guess I released that 2 weeks ago. Okay. Well, since then, last week I released a video. It was actually from the 24-hour live stream lounge that we did. This was like 2 months ago already, if you can believe that. It's crazy.
Time is flying, man.
So anyway, Mike Heston also was kind enough to take the 24 hours of footage and split it up into all of the different guests that we had. And so now, because it's kind of hard, if anyone wanted to watch, say, the video with James or the video with you, they wouldn't know where it is. And there's 3 8-hour live streams to go through. How would they find it? How would they even know? So Mike was nice enough to go through, edit, separate everything. So I've got videos now, so you can watch all of those moments, and especially the last couple hours of us hanging out. I know you were on fire. And it was just a lot of fun, but we'll have that to release as well. So anyway, so that was last week. And so check that out as well if you missed it during the 24-hour live stream. All right, the thank you videos. Actually, there was another one I released today. You can find that on the Aladdin 3477 YouTube. The third playlist down is all of the thank you videos from the Kickstarter. Of course, keep it going. Draw this in your style, and the Fidgy draw this in your style. Anything Aladdin 3477. Make sure to use the hashtags. I've been continuing to have the red carpet event screenings for the executive producer backers and people that got that did this this reward from the Kickstarter. And we just did one last Friday that was a lot of fun. And I forgot to show this. I don't know if I had this last time or not, but my buddy Malachi Godfrey gave me, when he came out, he gave me a gift. And this is a lightsaber. This is, if you've ever seen Star Wars Rebels, this is Kanan's lightsaber. And so check this out. Right? Take two. Never mind that. But look at this. Isn't this wild? And like, and dude, hold that. Hold this.
Oh wow!
Feel that grip. It's amazing, right?
Actually, this is rather mighty.
It's so cool. Here, I should do.
Ouch! I'm resisting the urge to make the sounds myself.
I know,
you know,
right?
you're resisting. Oh, you're doing the same thing. Wow,
isn't that wild?
That's
and then
crazy.
Check this out. You also can check this out. There you go. I don't know what that is, but
no. But every time that happens, I feel like I'm about to miss my flight.
Look at this. Now it's kind of bluish, right? This one.
Oh wow!
Right? No.
A little slow on the draw there.
Now check this out.
Oh, hey,
Look
there
at
you
this.
go.
Hot pink, right?
Man.
Which is awesome because
this is the one that Sean and my wife would
comfortable with
love.
hot pink, right? This is pretty rad. Then.
Oh, I'm detecting it. Okay, I get the beep there. That was me. Hey, blue.
It's pretty cool.
I feel really old. Man, you know,
When my day we had sticks. Yeah, good old fashioned sticks, and that was how we got.
It's like Kylo Ren's, right? Where it's not quite stable, right?
yeah, much like Kylo Ren, not quite stable.
There might be one.
I feel
more.
like there should be a reason that we are able to use these in everyday life.
You're in fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this one, I think, actually is fire.
Okay, so that's awesome.
wild.
In fact, I would like that everywhere in my.
It's
entire
like
studio.
real fire. Anyway, I can't swing it because I'm gonna knock everything over.
That's it. Just take the whole demo, the whole thing. I would like this on every, in all the crown molding of every room. I think that's what that's for.
Anyway, so I've been running around the house with this since Malachi gave this to me, but so cool. James, hold this. Just feel it. Just feel it in your hand. Feel the action grip, right? What?
Exactly.
You have to hold the top little button. Hold it. Not that one. The top one. Hold it down for a little bit. Okay, let it go.
I wonder what like the actual lightsabers of the future. It's like, would you say like Alexa, engage? I say, hey Google, engage lightsaber.
Isn't that wild?
There you go.
So fun. Anyway, so Malachi, thank you so much. I'm blown away. And Kanan is one of my favorite characters from Clone Wars for sure, or not Clone Wars, but Rebels. I love Star Wars Rebels. Very, very cool. So the live streams, or not the live streams. Oh my gosh.
Live stream is happening, right?
Just Verters, everybody. Woo-wee!
The red carpet, the private screenings, they've been a lot of fun. They've been going really, really great.
Mac Bush.
So this is ultra cool. So as you guys know, we've been talking a lot about the Peter Mayhew Foundation. This is the coin that I illustrated.
Yeah.
Last year was the 10th anniversary of the Peter Mayhew Foundation. So they made 3 coins. The A New Hope, the Star Wars Episode 4 coin was illustrated by Suno Sanda. The Empire Strikes Back coin was illustrated by yours truly. And oh my gosh, I forget who the artist is that did the Return of the Jedi. It might be Joe Coroni, but don't quote me on that. I totally forget. If someone knows, they should they should let me know.
Shaking my head with a smile.
Anyway, it's been really cool. People have been sending me photos. I know Paul Michael Caine. I think he got a couple coins and one that he presented as a gift for the 19th edition. And I got this mysterious package in the mail a couple days ago. And I wish I would have unboxed this, but I didn't know what it was. So I just opened it because I'm like, what is this? And I just want to show you what's in the box. Let me do this. Are you ready for this?
It's so simple.
Would you look at that?
Oh, wow.
It's a 3 coin set. And here's the one I did. Now check this out. If you want to take this out, it actually has a ribbon to lift. Dude, hold on to that.
Cow.
Hold on to that.
Why?
It's so heavy, right? Isn't that amazing? So this is a limited edition. There are only 10 of these in the world. And
why did you have me touch it?
Oh my God.
There's only 10 of these. It's gold, and on the inside, it's etched with red ink. There are only 10 of these. Now, if you go to the Peter Mayhew Foundation.org, they still have a few of these coins left. They're only $20 for a coin, and I believe they might be silver, they might be gold, I can't remember, but they're $20. But if you get 5 of them for $100, one of them, instead of being gold, it'll be a limited edition black.
Wow.
Now, do you know what a challenge coin is?
So I do not.
Do you know, James, what a challenge coin is? Do you know how they work?
Oh, that worked. No, refresh my memory.
How it works,
really expensive. Like I should have been touching it.
They have challenge, and eventually we'll definitely have to have them for Aladdin 3477. Someone needs to correct me, and we're going to get to comments real soon. Someone needs to correct me on how
sobriety
challenge coins.
Challenge coin?
No. What it is
Hi, I'm Star Wars addict.
they so they have them for the 501st and stuff. Let's say we get them for Aladdin 3477. So you always keep a challenge coin on you. And here's the reason why. Once you're in the club and you've got a challenge coin, if you want to test someone, I can pull out my challenge coin and be like,
I feel like I'm not cool enough to know that.
show it, pony up. Here's the thing. If you don't have yours, I don't know what the penalty is. Maybe I get to thanks or slaps giving you. But if I pull out my coin and I challenge you and you pull out your coin that you've got it, guess what that means?
Friends forever?
No,
Oh.
It means
Oh, really?
I lost because I challenged you as if you don't have it. But because you had yours, you get to take mine.
Wait. Hang on. Are
I
these
feel like there's a
challenge
flaw in
coins?
this game.
Yes.
So you're telling me with the fact that there are only 10 of those existing that
Well, you might want to. What you might want to do is have maybe have one that isn't worth as much
One
that
of
you
wood,
you can potentially lose, and that might be the one you want to pull out for the challenge. I think that's how it works. Someone needs to.
Genius up there.
That's
He's
going to be my
sitting on
thing.
all the challenge
So
coins.
are you
Someone
tired
needs
of this
to-
happening to you?
Someone
You can
needs
order
to let me
the
know,
Jinn
James. If you
challenge
held
coin.
this, hold this.
That is pretty
See
intense.
how heavy that is?
It's got some weight to it.
I feel like it shouldn't be that heavy.
No, I know it honestly feels like it's close to a pound.
All right, I'm going to go through the comments. Someone let us know
Like
how
I
the
made a
challenge
British
coin thing works, because I feel like I might have gotten something wrong. I should draw myself. I should. I'm due for a new self-portrait for sure. There are AI covers of SpongeBob characters covering songs on YouTube. Example, Squidward singing My Way by Frank Sinatra. It's so accurate that it's like Roger Bumpass is singing the song himself. I assume that's the voice of Squidward. Interesting. Had a blast watching Aladdin down in the movie theater with you and Britt. My fridge is covered in the magnets. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dylan. And I'm so glad that you guys came out and so glad that you enjoyed the movie. Hi, Dylan. Joe says that thing is so cool. Aaron, you are amazing as Jinn. So Thea came out on Friday, and we had a grand time. And Thea got to see the Jinn of Wisdom, and the mystery was unveiled. Wow. The person, okay, here we go. David Van Dyke knows the person that doesn't have theirs, has to buy the round of drinks. If they have it, then you have to. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought someone was taking someone's coin.
This isn't Paul.
That sounds much better. That makes all the sense in the world. But
let's go deep on this, Dave. So, like, if you have to know the person has the coin first, because you wouldn't just like walk up to someone and say, "Hey, man, you got."
Well, like for example, the 501st, it's the Legion of Stormtroopers. So they go to these conventions. They're like a group. They all have the challenge coins. So it's kind of a known thing in that group. When you go to a convention, and then if there's like a 501st party, dude, that's a great way to get someone to buy you a drink if they don't have their challenge coin. Dude, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Too bad. All right, I'll have a most expensive drink that there is, right?
Wow.
Awesome. Yep, that makes all the sense in the world, David. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad, because otherwise I would have I would have
been giving away these coins.
Well, and I would have been like, I pull out mine and then I take theirs, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, but you apparently don't know the rules, right?" Oh my gosh. Love the Kanan lightsaber. Me too. I've been running around the house with it. I was wondering what happens if you don't have the coin. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. And that's cool that if you don't have it, you got to buy the round of drinks. Or if they do and you challenge them, then you have to buy the drinks. That's great. So you got to be careful. Right. You can't just go up to everyone challenging them. You got to be very calculated.
Yeah, what if you
about
have
how
the
you
black
do it.
Coin though?
It sounds a lot nicer than taking a coin. It depends. It depends on how big the party is and how big the round is that you have to buy the drinks. Who knows? Exactly what Matt said. You do it at cons or things where they would be as a group. Yeah. So it would usually be, and it wouldn't just be cons, but there could be a golf club maybe that they all have challenge coins of their golf group or something. I'm assuming.
So you get pulled over and you're like,
please draw Sam Jackson on your YouTube channel. Man, that is something I should probably do soon. I have a really cool illustration that I did of Sam Jackson for a Topps trading card where he's got both of his hands lopped off and he's falling to his doom on Coruscant. And he's got lightning that's swirling all around him. I thought it was going to be too dark and controversial for Topps and Lucasfilm, but they approved. I was shocked. Challenge coins started in World War II with pilots. Oh my gosh, I knew there was some kind of military history with it, and that's why it was kind of cool for the 501st Stormtroopers to kind of do that. That's so cool. All right, well, I feel like, man, we need to do this for Aladdin 3477 and get these challenge coins. So when we go out, Eric will be the one who always forgets him, so he can just be the first one that you go to, right?
Sorry, Eric.
That's great. Awesome. All right. So we've got, anyway, here's what's up. If you are interested in getting one of these beautiful coins, if you just go to the Peter Mayhew Foundation, and it is at www.mayhewfoundation.org. In fact,
there are only 10 of those?
Of the gold with the red on the inside. A lot of times they have black on the inside. And I think there's rare ones. They might be all black, or they might be. They have silver ones with black.
I feel like they're already gone.
Wait, those were the red ones are probably gone. I would assume.
So wait, there are only 10 of these coins in existence.
I'm assuming there's 10 of the Star Wars. So this is from A New Hope, and this is illustrated by Suno Sanda, a very famous Japanese artist. This one, Empire Strikes Back, is illustrated by me, and I want to say this is Joe Caroni. I'm so sorry if this is not Joe Caroni, but I think it's Joe, who's another popular Star Wars artist, good friend of mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
In fact, That was the print that we walked all over Disney Springs looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Because he told me he didn't have it at Celebration. I'm like, what?
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to type it in just so you guys have HTT. Oops.
Oh, that's right.
HTTP // www.mayhewfoundation.org. This is where you want to go. You'll see right away there's a place for the challenge coins, or it might be not celebration coins, anniversary coins or something like that. And you'll see where you can order them. And like I said, it's pretty cool if you get 5 of them. One of them is the really limited black one that they don't have very many of. But that way you'd have 4. You could keep one of the gold ones for yourself, the limited black one for yourself, and then you've got 3 left over to give to your friends, and you've got them covered for their birthday, or it's a nice stocking stuffer.
Wow.
That would work out well. Okay, just a couple more things I wanted to go over. Oh, what I wanted to go over next. Oh my gosh. Coming soon is the official collector's edition book, and I cannot wait for you guys to see this book. Here is the double-page spread on the Jinn of Wisdom, and I can't wait. I've put so much into this book. One thing you'll notice here, see how it's kind of like jagged, where like the angle goes this way, but then it comes down a little bit, and then it goes up this way. The reason for that is because these books are perfect bound, or some people call it hardbound, where it's got a nice hard edge on the inside, but the pages don't open all the way flat. They kind of like in the middle, they're kind of close a little bit.
Yeah.
So the idea is hopefully when you're looking through the pages, it'll look like this angle goes like that all the way across.
So like if you're looking at it like say like this. Sorry.
Yes, exactly like that. And then it kind of goes up at an angle. But I have put so much into, assembling all of the images. I've put so much into writing this, organizing this, and how all the information would be presented, and then designing it. I have just had a blast, just really being creative and trying to make something beautiful. It's over 100 pages, full color, glossy. I cannot wait to pour through this, and I cannot wait to share this with everyone. I know you guys are going to dig it. Joe Palazzolo says, can't wait for that book. So while we're on the subject of the Jinn of Wisdom, Aaron, tell me, now that, we kind of had this giant Kickstarter, and we had the movie trailer, and we had, my gosh, there was all kinds of videos and contests and everything. And when we finished, we were funded 6.5 times over, super successful. It was great. We've got new fans, new people exposed to it and everything. What are your thoughts now that you've had time to kind of take it all in and kind of look back? What are your thoughts for the future? And was it, as things are kicking off, is this kind of what you were expecting, having worked on it for so many years? What are your thoughts now?
Well,
where we stand?
I was kind of like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was just kind of like, because you work on these type of things, and then it's like, well, it's going to take a little bit of time. I think what's been kind of cool is how many projects are intertwined. That you kind of created this community. I know we talked about that before on the other thing, but it's like, man, it's like, how do I know these people? And I know them from the movie, either directly from, there's so many that I know directly from the movie, or indirectly from the movie. And then for everyone else to be, because people are like, yeah, wait a minute, weren't you working on a movie? Oh no, that's still out there. That's still, are you serious? Oh wow, yeah. Did it happen? Did we see it? And then so now they're seeing it, like, whoa,
yeah,
no way. And our friends in New York are like, hey, wow, my goodness. But that's been it's been really cool, because it's kind of like we were part of this secret society for a while. We were shooting all around this area. It's like, yes, this movie, and then it kind of goes away. And then we'll be shooting something more public. It's like, oh yeah, wait, that movie, yeah, that's happening. Oh, So it's been introspective. It's humbling, really humbling. Yeah, it's really hard to explain. I feel blessed, for lack of better terminology, but I really do. It's like, this has been a really fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And like, I pretty much did it because we just met.
Yeah.
And we just really hit it off.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll do it just to hang out.
Well, and you were the missing. I mean, I had been wanting to do this for years, but my biggest hurdle was, what am I going to do about the Jinn of Wisdom? And I knew I had this idea for this character, but who can play? I mean, I can have people read for it, but I need to know. I need to know that this person can command a presence in a certain kind of way, but also has to be someone I can vibe with, someone that I get, someone that gets me, you know. And that's not something always that you can just have someone read for and be like, dude, you got the part. Sounds good. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a little bit more than that. And so when I met you, I was just like, oh my gosh, there's my Jinn of Wisdom. Like, dude, I need to pull the trigger on this. Like, I need to, like, this needs to start now. There's no more excuses. There's nothing else I'm waiting for. I have all the missing pieces. And so you were kind of the springboard to pull the trigger on this, which is awesome.
Well, I look at like I guess the hardest part to explain to everybody, it's like, what were you doing? Like, how long ago was this? How long ago was that conversation?
Well, we started filming in 2014. So it was probably, I mean, it was at least 2, if not 3 years before that.
Well, go to the 2014. Imagine right now what you were doing in 2014.
9 years ago.
And it's like, how different is your life now from then? And to have something that has not only lasted, but is now succeeding from something like, it's like during that time, for me personally, 2014 was like, I remember 2014 was unfortunate. I think I went to 9 funerals in 2014. I remember 14 being like, I believe I was working with religious organizations and nonprofits. And I was just taking any of these jobs. And I was in pain. I had started, like, I developed a sciatica, and then I would throw my back out in a couple of years, and it would not get better for a while. I was walking with a cane. And it's like so many things that were happening during that time. And all of those projects, none of those projects exist anymore. It's like, even like friendships, relationships, the world isn't the same as it was then. And to have something like this, it was like, you know what? Yeah, I absolutely will. I will do that movie. It's like, it's not anything that I'm doing before, but I'm going to do it because you're kind of cool. And I'll do it just to hang out, honestly. And it's like, well, it may last a little bit longer than a summer. I don't even care. I don't even care. Let's do it. We might as well do it. It's like all these other things that I absolutely knew were going to win and were absolutely going to be my future. And then this one passion project that reminded me of my childhood is catching speed, and other people are caring about it. And it's like, yeah, man, I really want that to succeed. And I want people to be able to take that type of a chance on those type of projects. It's like, I don't know that it was a great financial decision at that moment in time of my life to do, but it's like, but if you're gonna fail, man, it's like, I tried so hard for my 2014, and this thing, how blessed I personally feel to see other people enjoying this and to see that it is lasting. It's like, man. So yeah, it's been humbling, and it's been really cool. And it's nice to be able to hang out with everyone again. It's like meeting your family again.
Mhm.
And man, see, recap, see where everybody is.
And it's so cool what you were kind of saying at the beginning, where so many of us that kind of met from this group that was assembled, a lot of them have gone on to make their own production companies or their own design studios. And so we've got we're kind of like spread throughout Detroit. We've got these little groups, but having us all back together to
it's we all have like the emotional equivalent of those coins. Like, hey, I know, where do I know you from? Well, I know where I met you from. It's like, whoa, it's been happening for all. It's been,
you ain't heard about it. You ain't just been paying attention.
yeah.
So that's what it is for me. I am honored and humbled. With people like, I don't take that lightly. That thank you. Like, thank you for enjoying it. If you love the movie, we made it for you. That's like, man.
Let's talk about the Kickstarter. Joe Palazzola says, can't wait for that book. Awesome. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. And I actually have some more on that book coming soon, a little bit on this live stream. Real quick, I wanted to talk about, I wanted to give you guys an update on the Aladdin 3477 Kickstarter. As you guys know, there are 4 swag boxes that are being delivered spring, summer, fall, and winter. Our estimated delivery of April, obviously, we have passed that by. A few things out of my control, but I am waiting for 3 more items that are supposed to come this week. And as soon as they come in, I will be able to start assembling swag boxes and getting the first one together. By the way, even though this first one is a little bit late, this does not push back the summer one. I actually have more than half of the items from the summer swag box already, and the ones that I don't have shouldn't take very long. I either have them already designed or there's something that actually come real quick. It's nothing that comes from overseas or anything like that. So we should still be a go. I don't know if it'll be a June delivery, but it should be summertime for sure. So real quick, I wanted to talk about the backer kit. For those of you that have been a part of this, you guys know I've been telling you guys to get your surveys in. So on Friday, the backer kit was locked, and then on Sunday, I believe, or maybe even earlier today, your credit card was charged. There's a few of you where your credit card was denied, so you need to get that figured out. So that I'll probably try again in a few days or in a week or so. So try to get that situated if you can. And David says, got to run. It was nice to see everyone. As Aaron was just saying about his 2014, that's how my 2023 is going. Oh, no, I hate years like this. And the solitude and loneliness is the hardest part. Catch you guys later. David, stay strong, man. And know that... dude, greener pastures always await, and you'll get through this. So sorry to hear, but stay strong, my friend.
Seriously, stay strong, man. Listen to your inner inspirational black man.
Yeah.
You're gonna rest tonight. You're gonna wake up, and you're gonna paint your tomorrow as the beginning of your origin story, my friend. Yeah, that's right. You reach out to me, man. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna set some things on fire. Figuratively setting them on fire. No, actually, we're gonna set some things on fire.
That's so good. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Oh, you don't even understand, man. You better hear me on this.
That's so good. That's so great. So, so the credit cards have been charged, and then I'm going to be locking addresses soon, as soon as I get everything to start sending to you guys. So if you guys need to change your address, you want to do that soon. And then I can process fulfillment and get some awesome stuff to you guys. Hey, Matt, you should draw your friend on your YouTube channel. I should. I assume you're talking about Aaron G. and James Polony. I have drawn them both, but I should draw them more for sure.
Have you been asking for suggestions on what to draw? Because I'm hearing a lot of suggestions coming in for you.
Yeah, you know, I get a lot of my YouTube fan base. A lot of times they want to see me draw some things, and they want to see the step-by-step process for it, which is awesome. I'm super grateful that there's interest there. David Van Dyke says, I seriously needed that Black Man talk, which is inspirational Black Man. I need that at least once a week. Thanks, guys. Awesome, David. I hope that lifted your spirits, and stay strong, my friend. We will see you soon. All right. So I mentioned in the last live stream that I can't afford to get the really nice, like, custom printed boxes for the swag boxes. So they're going to be just regular. They're going to be nice boxes that have an opening kind of like this, where it's kind of like a treasure chest. It's going to flip out, and then like you kind of open it like this, and then it's going to have all the swag in there, but it's just going to be, you know, cardboard. Can't afford to get anything printed, but what I am going to do, which I've never done before, I've actually designed this Fiji graphic, which looks very similar to what the side of this is. It's actually different, and he is, I guess he is facing the same direction, but it's actually a different Fiji. So it looks very similar to this, but this is going to be a rubber stamp that will probably have James or whoever wants to do this. But look at this. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's going to show up this week. This is the actual rubber stamp.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be, and I'll probably get red ink, and it'll just be this cool thing. So you'll know when you get the box, you're going to see Fiji on the side of it, and it just costs a lot of money to get the. Maybe we'll do that next time, or maybe when we bring in some of Brandon Sanderson's numbers, maybe we can do something a little bit more fancy. But for now, it's going to be the Fiji stamp, the Fiji seal of approval.
I'm just so mystified by Brandon Sanderson's numbers.
I know, right? So I wanted to do something special here. I wanted to do something kind of fun. So we've revealed before, we have revealed the Jinn of Wisdom figure. And of course, we've got Aaron on the show. But what I thought would be fun to capture, I thought, how cool would it be not to see me put together a Jinn of Wisdom minifig? I would like to see Aaron put together a Jinn of Wisdom minifig. Now, what should we do? Now, yours is pretty easy because there's not a lot of like armor pieces. There's not a whole lot of accessories. But is there something fun we can, like, should we time you? Or or do you want to do a voiceover as you're doing it? What can we do to make this fun? How can we shake it up a little bit as you put this together?
I feel like we should do all of the above.
Okay.
I feel like we should time it.
Okay.
And also voice it.
Okay.
Really try though, because you let Eric win last time.
Eric is going to win no matter what. Eric, this.
Yeah, see that there? He's got that. He's got those skills. He's got those skills. Enthusiasm goes a long way. Very good. Enthusiasm.
Also, Eric. He has Eric power.
Right.
All right, we're gonna
Steel.
do this. Come over here, not real close.
Oh, here, I'll turn this on too.
I
should turn these on
It's gonna be so great. Okay.
So,
all right. And on your mark, get set, go.
okay. Opening this part. See how it goes. Very gently. And then we see this part here. This is obviously my hair. You know what? This is my hair. This will be me soon, I'm thinking. You know, I'm going to go from here to this, right there, back and forth. There we go. This is me now. This is me in about 5 years. So there you go. That's happening. Just preparing the world. Wisdom would suggest that is coming. Now the hands. You put the hands in here. Never remove the hair. Maybe the hair doesn't need to be there. Pants are gone. That was really inconvenient. Actually, that hurts my feelings. Maybe these go right here. They definitely don't do that. It's a really terrible idea. Probably not do that. Oh, my head. Oh, my neck is really long. I like that. This is me now, actually. This was me before. This is me now. A little bit of hair. Okay.
Just kind of like a turtle.
Everybody. Exactly. Turtle.
I like turtles.
I like turtle too. It is so simple. These are my arms here. And whenever we're doing the arms, we have to do this here. It's very, very strong. I see that you got my build.
It's very nice. My hand here, is that the right? I don't know that that's correct.
Yeah,
oh,
there you
look,
go. You
they're the
just
same.
yeah.
Put it right in there so you can hold things. So serious. Blew that haircut for me. And then, oh, look, this other arm here. And this here, the left arm. I've been working on my left arm because this was my weak arm. But notice here, a little bit bigger than the other one. My hands, very similar. My hand, look, that even looks like my hand. That's literally the same type of hand. Really, really nice. Ooh, look at this. Perhaps I'm the Jinn, but I have a magical hand, just like in the movie. That's not true. That's complete fabrication. So then we'll put this in the arm right here. I feel I'm doing very, very well. And then I've heard a trick. I actually heard a trick. So you cannot put this all the way in. There's a sort of magical, mystical bit here, so it won't fit in properly. But we know the trick. You and I, we know this together with our knowledge. And then put his pants on, because that would be terrible. Notice his pants on backwards. Definitely don't want that. And I've been there. That's happened to me, actually.
Saneem says, I like the Lego figure. Cool.
Right here, this is happening. I'm here. I'm the Jinn of Wisdom, and I'm about to stand on my little platform right here.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Here I am. This is actually me. Yes, I'm very happy to be here. I'm glad you could all experience this. Thank you very much. And also, you are welcome.
You know, the great thing also is that each one of these figures always comes with an extra hand.
An extra helping hand.
Because that way you can just say, need a hand? And that's all I got.
But you do. And if you do, you have one.
All right. So Joe says it's got to be so cool to have a Lego figure of your character. How do you feel about that?
Yeah,
Having
I said that in like that got me. I was like, man, I got all sentimental. I was like, man,
yeah,
a Lego figure, because you know, like we all be playing with Legos, and Legos are so much cooler than they were when we were kids.
Oh yeah.
Lego was a block
Yeah.
that you stepped on and really, really regretted stepping on.
Well, I think that still happens.
Yeah,
I think that never goes away.
Yeah, Legos now, back in my day, you had to make things out of it, but now it's like they're like really cool
Shapes
models.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh look, it's a dinosaur. Before we had to take blocks and assemble a dinosaur. This
They
is
were
like,
just
oh, head of
rainbow
dinosaur,
colors
head dinosaur
and-
hands.
And there was just the 2x2s and 2x1s and
Yeah, we made
2x4s.
castles.
Yeah.
I remember you had that, and then I discovered as a child you could take the blocks and then, you know, sort of create a hinge and then put one of those little pieces in there, and then all of your characters could move. So I made these robotic hands and rubber bands, and then definitely became a voice actor after that.
Awesome. So real quick, I wanted to jump to the last time that we did the live stream lounge. James and I unveiled one of the we had an unboxing of one of the rewards that you're going to get. This is one of 10 things you guys are getting in swag box number 1. You guys are getting 10 things because there's 2 thank you items. And for those of you that have the Sky Sale Sky Club, and those of you that are in Aladdin's Inner Circle, you're going to have even more items that are going to be in your swag box. So did you see this, what we unveiled?
I didn't see that. That is
Dude.
awesome, though.
Check this out. So here's this pen. It's really cool. Looks futuristic, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready for
futuristic.
this?
I'm not even. I haven't even.
Well, it's a pen.
Oh my! What?
So
Are you
it's
kidding?
it's a pen, and when you, that's all it does. A pen comes out. But
That's all it does. Yeah. You
if
know what?
Here's what.
This is no possibility right here. This right here, gonna write your
Whoa!
dreams.
Did you know it was going to do
I
that?
had no idea that was gonna happen.
Make it happen again.
I can't. It's broken. Oh, I didn't know that I can do.
Yeah. So it was so funny that James figured it out first, but it was so funny because I kept doing it, going, "Oh no." I hope, because I have like, you know, hundreds of them that I ordered for the things. Like, it doesn't work. James was like, let me try it. Every time James did it, it worked. And then I would take it back and then it wouldn't work. And then James would try it again and it worked.
Everyday life.
Yeah, that is
Hilarious.
hilarious.
But that's actually brilliant because
awesome.
sometimes you don't want the light and sometimes you don't want to waste the battery.
That's where you don't. Yeah.
Love it. So anyway,
That's
so
actually pretty cool.
this is the pen. This is what it looks like. I took another photo here that kind of shows like it's a little bit dark. Here it is in the absolute dark. And it's just cool. It just looks like it's from the future. And it's got kind of a purpley Aladdin color. Oh, and by the way, what's the symbol that's next to Aladdin 3477? It is the Jinn of Wisdom symbol. How about them apples? Sanaim says, how the weather today? The weather today was beautiful. It wasn't too hot, but it was.
It got up to 85.
So it was a little toasty.
Yeah, in the sun. But man, I was in all black, because I'm always in all black, and I was in the shade. I felt good.
I was at a family thing with Casey, and we were in a backyard that had beautiful lofty trees. So we were in the shade. It was lovely. Who makes these products? That's a great question. There is not a single company that I use. I use different companies for different things. So these pens, I went through a company that I had never gone through before, trying to remember the name of the company, and it escapes me. But they're based out of.
It's Bic. No, I'm kidding. It's literally the only pen I know.
It's Eraser Mate. Remember those?
Oh wow!
They were the pens that had eraser.
No, I don't remember that.
With you had one with your Trapper Keeper.
100%. This actually protects my pocket from ink.
The erasers didn't even work.
I know. It was.
Yeah, it's like this is the opposite of erasing. This is making a mess. The only reason for it to exist is to keep mistakes from happening. This has caused a whole new problem.
So I forget the name of the company that makes these pens, but I went through a different company for magnets. I went through a different company for the soft cover official collector's edition that I will have in hand very soon. I'm going through a different company for the hardcover art book because those I'll have to make overseas. There aren't a lot of companies here in the States that make good, affordable hardcovers. The trade-off is you're paying for shipping over where they have to ship them over on a boat. So that's kind of a trade-off where that starts to get a little bit more expensive.
I may have a good surprise for you. I want to tell you where it's from.
Okay.
You will want to know. I tell you off the screen. I want to tell you where.
Okay.
So simple.
That's amazing. That's really good. Okay, Brittany says, cranky old voice. Back in my day, Lego was spilling a tub of Lego bricks all over the bathroom floor and building them from imagination. You know what? You are speaking my language, Brittany. It was exactly the same for me, and I loved it. But like, I got to say, I'm kind of jealous now when I see all the cool Lego sets that kids have today. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have killed to have some of these cool Lego sets. So anyway, there you have it. These cool pens. Can't wait. A new reveal, never before seen. So this is going to be in swag box number 1. I don't have these in hand. This is one of the items I'm waiting for, but this is a Fidgy. It's a rubber magnet, and it's not fully 3D, like rounded and stuff, but it's got different levels to it. So it's got kind of a 3D look to it. And it's these really cool like pieces that kind of like lock together, these cool rubber pieces. It's hard to describe, but it looks really cool. I haven't seen the real thing yet, but hopefully we'll be doing an unboxing, and maybe even next week if I have them. They're supposed to be here this week, so hopefully we'll be doing an unboxing next week. But I wanted to have at least something fun and new to show you guys.
Did you see? My mind just went to unboxing. It's like and they line up and in the buzzer, and then they just pull their hands off of each other, and that person gets healed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of unboxing, I am going to be dropping an unboxing video on Tuesday. It's going to be the unboxing of the official collector's edition book, and I'm kind of nervous about it, and I should have them in hand hopefully Tuesday morning, and I'm going to do an unboxing, and I can't wait to share that with you guys.
Man.
That should be dropping on Tuesday. Ooh. So, of course, the official collector's edition. I can't
This
wait.
Stuff looks crazy. I feel like it's like, you should be doing this for a living. Oh my goodness. That's what my grandparents would be. You should expose him. You should expose him. That is quite good.
I had a lot of fun
Very
designing this book, and I cannot wait. I can't wait to like have this and like pour through each page and like read everything and look at all the cool like images. There's a section on the characters, the main characters. There's a section on kind of the plot, but it's more like the locations and the characters and the weapons and the props, and it just kind of like shows, because I don't want to spoil the story. So it kind of just shows, it's almost like an encyclopedia of the things you'll see in the first movie. And it just gives a little backstory. So if you go through this book before seeing the movie, it's not going to spoil the movie. It'll just kind of enhance your knowledge of this world. But the same would be true if you see the movie first. I feel like this is going to be entertaining enough where you can go back and now learn more about some of the cool stuff that you've seen. There's also a huge section on the making of, behind the scenes, how this first film was made. And then there's a section on Aladdin 3477 around the world, how we've been marketing the merch, the Hong Kong Business Awards, like all this different cool stuff that's already been happening. So can't wait for you guys to see this book. Over 100 full color pages.
That was the first for me when you announced that. I believe we were downtown somewhere. It was a really fancy sort of banquet. We were all dressed up. And I remember shooting with a prime lens. A lot of the pictures, still on there, soon to be seen. Ooh.
Some of those photos are going to be in this book right here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Cannot wait.
And it's like, and this award, we already won awards. Like, how are we winning awards already? How's that happening?
We were still filming. Filming. It was crazy. So it's kind of cool to share some of that magic. Sanaim says, hey, Matt, you should start your own company. You know what? I have started my own company, and it's called Kaleidoscope Koi LLC. It's a limited liable company. And that's what I do. All of the Aladdin 3477 and anything else that I do that kind of is through my entertainment company is through Kaleidoscope Koi. How did you know what kind of merchandise you wanted for the movies? There's so much cool stuff. You know what? I kind of have so far made a rule, although I'm going to have to start bending this rule soon. And the rule is, if I think it's cool and it's something that I would want, then I'm going to roll the dice and say some other people would want that too. So for example, man, when I was a kid, I really liked Official Collector's Edition. And I just really thought, while I was making this movie, I thought a lot about, I'm going to make my own Official Collector's Edition for this. I've been thinking about this the whole time. So that was something that was really, really important to me. I was not, at first, I had no intention of doing a pen. I knew at some point, there's probably going to be pens and pencils that say Aladdin 3477, but I didn't want to put that in a swag box because I thought, like, it's just a pen, that says Aladdin on the side. But Paul Michael Caine was showing me a pen he made for either 19th edition or something else. And it wasn't this color, but again, it was this really cool light up thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this lights up and it looks like the future. Like this has Aladdin 3477
you're an
written
artist
all over
too,
this.
So
like this is
a pen.
Well, yeah, and I just love it's just so cool. So
also, really, I appreciate how big it is. It doesn't have these tiny pens and all of these things.
Yeah, it's got like really cool kung fu grip.
This is the thing that I hate here. Look at this. It's like it's a toothpick.
Oh, whoops.
Now it's gone forever.
No, it's gone. It is gone.
It's never going to be back, and I can't even hold it anymore.
There you go.
And look at this. It's like a toothpick.
Swiss Army
This
knife.
pen's like, oh yeah, let's draw some with that. Yeah, no.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, anyway, so once I saw this, I was like, because some of there's like 10 items, and I know it seems like the swag boxes are expensive, but already this official collector's edition, this is a huge chunk of the price. Plus, you guys get a shirt, and you guys get that magnet is for a magnet. It's actually pretty costly. You guys get 2 of the Lego minifigs, sticker sheet. There's like a lot of really cool items that you are getting. Can't wait to show you guys what those other items are and to get this stuff out to you guys. We are like a week away from that starting to happen. But anyway, that was kind of my thing, is if I think it's cool. So an example of something where I'm going to have to start bending that, I started designing a Fidgy plushie, but I realized after I started designing it, I don't collect plushies. So why would I know other people do, but like if it's not something I collect, how can I expect other people to want that? Yeah. So for this, there are no plushies, but I started mentioning it here, and there were so many people that were like, "Oh my gosh, Fidgy plushie! I need one now." And I was like, "Really?" Because I love R2D2, but like a plushie of R2, I like R2D2 is hard. So I like an R2D2, like a bank that's solid. Okay, that's cool. Or an R2D2 figure or an R2D2 statue. But an R2D2 stuffed animal, that doesn't
plushie of
that
any
you squeeze,
character
that doesn't
not human
that
is
doesn't
going to sell. There are already R2D2 plushies.
Yeah, oh, I know there are, and it's not that I don't. But I was just thinking, for me, how can I expect other people to be into that if I'm not into that?
There are companion cube plushies from Portal. If you're familiar with that. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's something for sure for the next one we're gonna have to do. We're going to have to start doing plushies, maybe of all the characters, because there was such an outcry of people that were like, "Oh, you have to do plushies, please." You're not. They're like begging.
People want.
We have to do
random, non-sentient objects. There is a plushie for the coin block from Super Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Just because someone needed it.
Yeah. Well, that one makes sense.
There's a plushie of the pipe. Just the pipe.
What?
Just the pipe. And
oh my gosh!
A separate piranha plant that they sell separately, so you can stick it in the pipe. I see how.
But they're separate. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Does it go?
So Aaron G says, "I know, right?" And for those of you on Facebook, you should probably go and follow Aaron G right now.
Oh, please
the Jinn of Wisdom, and we're going to talk in a minute about a lot of the other cool things Aaron has going on. Next up, let's see. Hey, Matt, I'm curious, how did you start your own company? So I'll tell you what, when I had a fake company for a long time when I was in college.
Me too.
I had I had a comic book company, and it was only fake because it wasn't actually registered through the state of Michigan. So a bunch of friends, we were drawing comic books, and we would take them to comic book store. They were just Xerox and hand stapled. We would take them to comic book stores, and we were just kids, and they'd be, well, not kids, but in our teens, and some stores would carry them and sell them, and we'd come back and, okay, we sold 10 of them, so here's $20, and I'd give them the next issue and everything. So it was kind of cool, but it was years later that I started my own LLC, Kaleidoscope Koi Entertainment, and that I filled out the paperwork through the state of Michigan. Right. You have to get a bank account specifically for that company. That was the first step that I think I had to do in order to get the LLC. And it's only $25 a year for the name to be registered through the state of Michigan, but you have to have a bank account. And sometimes that, even if you're not using it, nothing sits still. You're either spending money or you're making money. So a lot of times your bank, even if you're not using that, there's charges, and sometimes it's only a little bit, but it might be $5 a month. Or if you don't, here's the weird thing, your bank might penalize you
for not moving,
for not using it. And so it may cost you $15 a month. And it's well, I didn't do anything. And it's well, it'll only be $5 a month if you actually have activity. So anyway, it's just kind of a weird,
definitely look into it. The information is definitely there. It isn't expensive. It's one of those things. I remember when I was first starting out, it can seem intimidating. I had a fake record label. I had a fake, it was just, I'm creating all this content. I'll just make it as if it exists, and then it does exist. And I end up getting a lot of work. But then when I found out oh, it's actually a lot easier than I thought. It's like it doesn't cost a lot to own a record label. It doesn't cost a lot to have an LLC and an S corp. So actually, a couple of YouTube videos and talk with an accountant, and you can definitely do it. And watch out for the fees though, because the first time I did that, I lost a decent amount of. I was like, I wasn't paying attention to it for a while. I was like, oh yeah, all that money you had in there, it just sort of whittled its way down through the years and.
Wah, wah. So can't wait to share the book with you. Here's a look at the spine and the back cover.
Man.
Recognize this this handsome devil right here.
Is that George Clooney?
All right. So now's the time for the big convo. I want to hear from you guys as well. I wanted to talk about the future of art. So we've talked about AI actually quite a bit, but I want to talk about a little bit larger than just the AI and the mid journey that everyone talks about. I want to talk about how this is impacting also sound, how this is impacting music. I want to talk about movies. Right now, there's a writer's strike in particular for how studios are able to eliminate writers and kind of bring in AI. And sometimes just to generate ideas, but then once they have an idea, they can have AI write the script, and then they just have to polish what they don't like, and that eliminates the need for some really talented people. So there's some bad, but there's also some good that comes out of this. But I'm just curious, the whole idea that this sounds so sci-fi right now, but I would have to think with the combination of AI, VR, and deepfake, I would have to think that in less than 5 years from now, you will be able to sign into Netflix or Paramount Plus, whichever. Take your remote that you speak into already, and say, okay, I want a mystery whodunit directed by Tim Burton. I want not Danny Elfman though. I want James Newton Howard to do the music. I want it to strangely star Harrison Ford. And Marilyn Monroe, who's not even with us anymore. I want cameos from Carrie Fisher and also James Dean. And I want there to be a really good twist ending. I want it to be funny, but I also want there to be some really tense moments. How much time do I have? Definitely no longer than 95 minutes. Hook me up. And as quick as you say that, downloads and then uploads, and then you can press play. Is that a bad thing? Is it a good thing? As a spectator, as a consumer, do you have a problem with this? Or is this amazing? Like, oh my God, I can't wait. If you're working behind the scenes, is this scary or is this cool? Are you going to use this to help you? Is this going to take away your job? Is there a way you can adapt with this? This is a huge, big picture.
Yeah.
So I am so curious. I'm going to replenish some drinks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave it to you.
I
I'm
have
going
a
to
lot
leave
to
it
say
to you.
about this.
All right, dude. I'm
Man.
going to replenish. James, do you want the same thing, or you want something new?
Same thing's fine.
All right.
All right.
So this is going to cue the AI discussion. If this is what you were waiting for, maybe you are afraid of AI, and maybe you are curious about AI. The thing about AI is we all knew it was coming, and if you're trying to avoid it, it is going to be unavoidable. So there is a little bit of that. So if you can be okay with that, then there's just some really cool things that are available to you before. It's like, if you think of what are the hurdles that you were coming across in creating content, they are almost gone. It's like, and it makes the intent of your project more important. It makes the story definitely more important. The problem is, and I think this is something that, like, as a musician, the music industry has been struggling with for a while. It's that we have kind of an older way of thinking where things were this way before, and we kind of forget that the reason those things were so expensive in the past And I really feel for you if this is your industry that is being affected. My industry is being affected. But the bottom line is, it isn't as rare as it is before. It's like if we discovered gold for the first time, then this metal that doesn't corrode, and this is going to be the definition of our currency. And then we found out that gold wasn't rare anymore. And music, if you think about it, man, it used to cost thousands of dollars an hour. And now if you have a phone and you are musical and you are not creating music, it's because you don't really want to be a musician. Because it's easier than ever before to get your music out there, done, and able to be heard by absolutely everyone. So it's like, it isn't rare. So now if gold became as rare as blades of grass, it just doesn't cost the same. And that's what's kind of hard. So the downside of that is that industry might be going away. The good part of that is, if you didn't love what you were doing before, you have an opportunity to make something that you've never been able to do before. It's like, I have a lot of people that ask me questions. I have a bunch of blogs, and people are constantly asking me, how do you do this and how do you do this? And just in doing those and being the problem solver for a lot of other people, there are questions that I myself, I don't even know how to formulate to be able to ask the internet. And the cool thing for AI about me, because it is like what we're talking about, the language models, it understands my questions and has answers. It's like, that was the most valuable thing to me. And then in all of these areas, its ability to process information, it is scary. I know that a lot of the things that are available to us right now will not be available to us very soon, because now I do have before I go any farther, I do have a link on my site just for everybody who is watching this and is interested in AI. There's a lot of craziness. I don't know it all for sure, but I have my favorite tools, and I think it would be really cool for science fiction geeks like me. Basically, it will allow you to talk to your computer, and it will talk back with you. That's on the very top. There are some plugins and some things that are very fun to start messing with. Definitely don't start messing with it tonight if you work tomorrow, because it's going to take up a lot of your time. If you've been wanting,
well, tomorrow's Memorial Day, so most people aren't working.
That's true. So it might be the perfect time. So you go to aarongtv.com, AARONGTV.com, and right at the top there's a little arrow. It should be pointing at AI stuff. Hit it. That's my toolkit of stuff that I'm using right now. And I'm running some pretty inferior computers. I'm going to show Matt some stuff.
AaronGTV.com.
Yep. AARONGTV.com. And there's a little thing there that says AI stuff. Click on it. And there are links to everything. It'll give you a fast track to what's happening, what's going on. But if you, say if you were a writer and you had a couple of stories that you wanted to finish, it's possible for you to finish those tonight. At least have a working draft of something that you could sell it right there, or you have something to inspire the rest of your story. And I think if you are a creator of content, and I don't mean like a content creator, like you're doing stuff on Instagram, it will make your Instagram a lot easier. But if you are generating any type of creative content, or you have creative content inside of you, there is an assistant waiting to help you finish your projects in AI. And it could be an opportunity for you to change your life from doing something that you were just doing to pay your bills to doing something that you actually care about and you would be deliberate about it. It's like, I know some people that I used to know back in the day who used to pirate software. Those back in the day, when it was the Wild West and everything was free, it made you real deliberate. And the byproduct of that was you knew that if a $4,000 piece of equipment was $4,000, because if everything was free, it's like, So there was that, and that is kind of what we're facing right now. So go there. Don't be afraid of it. It is happening. It is unfortunate. A lot of my like low end stuff, like I had built my early business model and house and all that on doing really short voiceovers, and just like you would like for intros and stuff like that. I know it's real expensive to hire a voice actor, and so I do a low cost option for people who are like me who wanted to use voice acting. Well, now AI is covering a lot of that, so a lot of those jobs are going away. But those are jobs that people didn't really care about. Like, so it's like, oh, I kind of care about this. I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. I just want to get it done. It's like, so that's where we're at right now in a lot of areas. So if it's post your area, your job, what's going on, hey, I'm here to talk about it, man. If you want to talk about it. But some of the cool things are you can talk to your computer and it will understand you. You can talk to your computer from the perspective of other things. Some of they're called models, which you could think of as like an Android brain. And you can say, you know what? Can you consume all of the information that we have on this artist? Like say, Matt Bush. And then like all of his work. And then it's like all of his literature and all those things out there. And could you respond to me as that guy? And if he were here, how would he advise me on this project?
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome. The first day that I started messing with these models, it's like, okay, so everybody's writing their papers with it. It's like, so it's a language model, so it understands computer languages too. So I did it's like, can you take this information and say it's in this format? And are you capable of transcoding it into this other format that is a proprietary format? It should be able to do this. Say, no, we can't do that because that's illegal. You can't say, well, if I were hypothetically trying to do that, and say if I were doing a move but I wanted to be super accurate, could you do it? Oh, I could definitely do that. One's like, so those type of things. It's like, oh, well, that's definitely going to be illegal. Somebody's going to have to stop that from happening. So that's where we're at in this field right now. It's the Wild West. Nobody knows what it's going to do. And so there's that kind of element to it, which is kind of fun. Go look at the toolkit. Art, music, all the things that we do are languages. We're communicating with computers is a computer language. And then actual languages. So these models process that information, whether it be music, visuals, text, and then give you a definite answer for it.
Wow.
So,
dude, that is cray. I want to shake things up real quick. We are going to come back to this, but I just want to keep this in tune with what our people are asking. And so I want to flip this around literally where I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold this over here. And the reason why is someone just asked, who's good at flirting? So Sanaim says, who's good at flirting? And how do I flip this, James? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Who's good at flirting? Do you know anyone who's good at flirting?
Let's
Aaron,
see. If only like James THL Pollen. Oh my goodness, he's here.
What's the context?
Oh, say
I don't know.
it is
Sanaim, you have to
sex.
Sanaim, you have to give us the scoop. I do see your comment about drawing the people here to honor them, which I'm going to do when we get back to some of this, the future of art conversation. But I want to hear more. I'm curious about flirting. What do you need to know about flirting? Because I think we have someone here that might have a couple. Might have a little bit of a 411. James, what are your thoughts? If you were to give someone some tips on flirting, do you have some go-to things? Like if you see someone in a crowded room, bar, grocery store, whatever, do you have like pickup lines or anything? What do you do? What's your
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's gonna be a lot of people out there, maybe not so much anymore because I think people have learned like the hard lessons. But there are all those pickup artists and all those people who will try to sell you their little workbooks and their modules and their videos and how to perfectly manipulate and get into the minds of the psychological aspect of the dating game. That stuff might work on people, you know, with a double-digit IQ and a triple-digit income. But for those who are not skimming the bottom of the barrel or dumpster diving for companionship, if you just take a genuine interest in the lives of other people and what they have to say, you'll often find that there's just so many everyone's different, you know, even people who are 90% similar, those other just little contingencies and all those little different that 10%, it matters. I mean,
Okay.
you know, there are just so many different reasons.
Let me ask you this. Is there anything physical that you do or physical cues that you look for? So I've heard things like if you are trying to attract the attention of a lady, if she's doing something like twirling her hair, that's a good sign. If when she's talking to you, if she's for no reason touching you, that's a good sign. If she's laughing at all of your jokes and even laughing at when you say things that aren't even that funny, that's a good sign. What are some physical cues? And is there anything you do to show interest? Is there a way that you casually brush up against their shoulder or
About okay. I have to just say right now that context is everything.
Okay.
Because if they're into you, casual touch, you know, just that's fine. You know, that's you're good. You know, you proceed. If they're not vibing on you whatsoever and you just passively touch it, forget it. You're a creeper. You are a dumpster fire.
Okay.
Strike out.
All right.
But that's the thing. Without that context, you will never know. So it's called a dating game because it's a gamble and someone's going to lose at some point. So, but I will say that the laughing at things, even if they're not that funny, I have found that either plays to my advantage or the person that I'm making laugh through little to no effort whatsoever. It's like the first joke they've ever heard ever, and which,
well, at the very least, they're having a good.
It's like playing tennis with the net down, and at that point, I'm sure there are other people better suited for them. But the touch thing is a very good point. I will say, never has there been a moment when someone has just passingly or flirtingly brushed up against me where they were not into me. No one's going to go out of their way to reach over and just and find any excuse to just kind of graze you.
Yeah.
They were not trying to keep you engaged.
Okay.
That's, I will say, yes, I am guilty of utilizing that to test the water. And if they're not creeped out by it, it's like, Kobe, all right. And then you continue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to hear an additional perspective. You can take this back because Aaron, you are also very charming.
Oh, thank you.
You are also you are very good at social interaction.
I am.
So what is it like? Do you have advice for flirting or attracting a potential significant other? Are there things that you look for like if you see someone that you're interested in? Do you have any tips for I don't know, things that you look or signals that that help you know? Or do you have like you don't have one-liners or anything, do you? Or do you just strike up a conversation? Is there a place that you try to take one? Are you okay? So now I know you're happily married, but before, like, do you go for an angle where you like to make someone laugh, or do you go like some guys? They look to take someone on an adventure, and so their mission, if they find someone they like, is to let's bounce this place. Hey, I heard across the street there's a da-da-da. The fact that they go with you, they're already on an adventure. And even if that place is a bust, they've gone to a new location, and it's like, man, this place is a bust. Oh my gosh. But now they have a story, and they can bounce to another place. But you already know when she retells the story, oh my gosh, we went to one place and it was horrible. We were laughing so hard because it was this crazy, like it was all old people at this bar. So we totally bounced, and like you're creating an adventure. So do you go that route? Like what tips do you have for flirting or attracting the attention of another?
You know, I'm glad you asked. I'm actually very, very good at this, Matt. So this is what you got to do. Who's asking this question? This is going to change your life forever. Give me a second. Sinaim, this is what you do. You start out as a consultant for mega churches.
Oh God.
I know it sounds weird. You got to be really. This is how you start as a consultant, and then you got to do it for say 9 years. You do that, and then stop doing that, and then lose all of your money. That always helps. And then you go, and then you start, and you go, and then you start working with nonprofits again. There's only like 3 people laughing because they know that's how.
I'm just saying, if someone's
Man,
into you and you have
this sounds really specific.
if someone's into you and you have no money whatsoever,
Wait, tell you, this is how it happens. Yeah. This is what you got to do. No,
there's a good chance that they're actually into you if you're broke.
No, I would say you can save yourself a lot of trouble if you look for honest things. So if you're looking to find somebody else, you can learn ways to attract any person if you spend enough time. But it won't necessarily be the best thing for you. Burn it out of your system. And when you are done playing games, you will want to have sincere connections. You will want to know things about yourself and look for yourself and other people to kind of like check where you are in life
and bring out the best in you. Make you bring out the want to be the best version of yourself.
Yes, but to find the best and worst of yourself. And then in doing that, then start to look for somebody else. And if you think of life as a journey and as a conversation with the universe, it's like find someone else who is having, or look for someone else who is having that same conversation. And then you'll accidentally find people. It's like, but look in places that you have sincere interest, because if not, you're wasting. I'm just telling you, you're wasting years of your life if you don't. I mean, it's like, but if you want to be attractive, take an improv class. If you're an introvert, honestly, take an improv class.
Confidence is key, but there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness.
It's a lot finer than people think.
Yeah.
And learn to be deliberate.
I know they say fake it till you make it, but this is probably not one of those instances where you apply that.
No. A lot. Oh, here you go. Here's something that's cool. That if you lack confidence, people who are truly confident, they're a little bit weird. The ones who are faking it tend to be a little bit more rounded.
Yeah.
So just learn to be deliberate in your conversations and to be understood. And then that will be attractive, hopefully, to the person that is on the same journey as you are.
Okay, and can I just say, if you have to make a point to go around telling people how alpha you are, you're not. You're not. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're not. Just sit down, know your place, and continue to be vapid and intellectually paper thin. I'm done with you.
That's good. So Saneem says, thanks, guys. That's good advice. Justin Lamiel checking in. He wants to know, did I miss anything important? Here are the quick bullet points. So real quick, we
Solved world hunger.
We solved world hunger. This is the Peter Mayhew challenge coin. I showed one of the limited edition ones that I got. You can get your own. They've got a few left at mayhewfoundation.org. I showed a new double page spread from the official collector's edition coming soon. We talked about how the backer kit was locked on Friday. Credit cards were charged today. We talked a little bit the last time about this Fiji stamp that's going to be on the boxes. Here's what the stamp looks like. I don't have it yet. This is a photo from China. We had Aaron G make his own Jinn of Wisdom minifig. We talked about the pens and showed the pens, and we talked about the new Fiji magnet that's going to be coming in swag box number 1. New unboxing video of something really big is coming on Tuesday, and it looks like this. And can't wait for you guys to see that. We've been talking about the future of art. So I wanted to do maybe another 10 minutes on that before we wrap things up. But one of the things Saneem said is, Matt, please draw the people who made YouTube on your channel to honor them. So I'm going to do quick doodles of both Aaron and James while we kind of chat about the future of art. And who has the stinkiest farts? Oh my gosh, I don't know, but I'm not sure we're gonna go there. But that is, man, that's a topic for another day for sure.
I would have had to been able to sample both of yours to compare.
Absolutely,
frankly,
Justin. Thank you for joining in. So let's get back to the future of art, and I'm going to do a doodle of Aaron for sure, and we'll see in the next 10 minutes or so how quick I can just do a quick doodle as we kind of wrap up the show here. So Aaron, so tell me about okay, so where do you see this future now? How does this play into what you're doing? Is what you're doing and what people can do, is this helping people? Is this hurting people? Is this making the future more viable for people? It's making things easier, but is this going to trim down jobs with this sort of thing?
I think, yeah. And in the beginning, the sad part is it is going to trim down some jobs. But it's like, if you think of AI as something that's going to take your job, you might be afraid of it, and you might be afraid to engage with it. But AI should be viewed as a tool that teaches you how to use it. And it is the perfect assistant. So it's like, if you are a racer and you have shoes, you could have like tennis shoes, or you could have like a jet. And the racer is still important. Like, you can have all of the same cars, but it's possible to have a racer that is better in an inferior machine, a technically inferior machine, and still win races. So if you think of yourself as a super racer, also, if you are a creator of content and you have started before this moment in time, you will have an advantage on the rest of the world from this point forward, because we will no longer be creating use the way that we have from this point on. It's like people who have cell phones and have always had a camera, they will never know what it was like to have a camera, or your uncle's camera, or find some piece of thing that will never have to adapt the way that we did. And it forced a deliberate style, and your perspective. I don't think we will be making the same way again. So you have a superpower if you are even a little bit good in those things. It's like, it can make even a mediocre creative super. And if you embrace it now, man, it's really, there is a lot for you to play with. Your imagination is the most important thing right now, because it's like whatever you were to the company that you're working for, you are now, you have potentially 100 yous working for the company of yourself. If that makes sense. So it's like, yeah, it is unfortunate, but the world is a type of different now. And it's actually a lot easier to learn now. Man, the things that I started working on, like just as a hobby in the past, I've been able to complete entire bodies of work. And like say, so it's like, what are some of the things that inspire you as an artist? Like when you create a piece, what are some things that you would look for? Like, do you have a process that is similar to other people? Is it different from other people?
It's tough because I look for different things for different mediums. So when I look at movie posters, there's certain things I'm looking for. When I'm reading comic books, there's certain things I'm looking for. And even within comic books or within movie posters, different artists have different styles that emulate different evocative moods. So there's a certain comic book artist that maybe does this kind of comic book that I love. And then there's certain artists that are way more artsy, but they have just this vibe for certain stories that are just so, and it might be worlds different from what I do. But so it really just depends.
No, that's cool, because you are used to looking at like almost like consuming perspectives, and you use their perspective to fuel your creative process. So that's kind of cool. Like I know before, like I was not a creative, a content creator before Google. When Google happened and I was able to look up images, I was able to instantly inspire myself to do and complete a certain type of art. And so I took on jobs as a graphics designer, but I wasn't really, I mean, I wasn't a great graphics designer, but it made me good enough to make money. And it was like the equivalent of that now is, if you knew a little bit of programming before, you might be a super programmer now. If you were a little bit of an artist, if you were a little bit of a writer before, you may be a super writer, a super artist now. So it's like there is your creative mind is more valuable than ever before. And it's funny because even though some of the creative jobs are going away, these minds are fueled by your creativity. And your creativity makes them better. It will make content that people don't care about go away. And that is kind of hard, because content that people don't care about is how I make my living. You know, you don't have to care about it. It's like, you know what, here we're going to talk about paper cups and why paper cups are amazing. And Morgan Freeman wants to tell you why his paper cup will change your life. Well, that type of content is going to go away because it's going to be so easy to create. It's going to become noise in a couple of weeks. It's going to become noise. And it's like content that people don't care about is going to become very much the same. You're going to see a theme very quickly, whether somebody cared about it or not, because it's going to start being read by robots. It's going to start being generated by robots. And so also, I think some of the things that are going to go away instantly, just hold on. Maybe hold out for a little bit of time, because as soon as people realize that there are 3 colors that everybody's painting with, and it's okay, we went through that phase, and now we're gonna go back to real things. So not everything is gonna go away, but definitely take this time to learn. Yeah, That's what I got. The toolkits that I'm doing, I work personally in music. I work in acting, creating content, so script writing. I do a little bit of artwork and design. And so in those fields, and I randomly do some like a lot of equipment type reviews. I look for like underdog equipment that can be like championed. So a lot of if you follow any of my blogs or anything like that, you're going to see a lot of that. So the AI tools that I'm drawn to are usually around language communication, script writing, a little bit of programming, and then the science fiction aspect of it. And all of those tools can be summed up on the one link on my blog. I put it all there. I made it for people who are impatient like me. So if you don't know anything about AI, you look at it, you should be able to, okay, so that sounds familiar. I don't know what any of that is, but soon you'll hear it in the media. Oh, wow, I read about that in that page. Just go there and you know enough to be dangerous. And everybody goes to it and you get a talking computer afterwards. So if you have a computer that has Chrome in it, then you're able to talk to an AI. That's pretty much it.
All right. So I did this little doodle. I'll have to do James next time, but there we go. There is my little doodle. Now keep in mind with a pen, there's no eraser when drawing with an Aladdin 3477 pen. So what you draw is what you get. And I'm a little rusty with my doodles, but there you go with the live stream lounge. So real quick, this is just a quick round for the three of us. Saneem wants to know, name one of your pet peeves, and I will tell you one of mine. For some reason, I don't know why, I don't like this. To me, this is like nails on a chalkboard, and I don't know why it bothers. It shouldn't, because this is just how people say things. But when I hear my good friends in the UK, when I hear them say the word schedule, but they say schedule. And they say it sounds really pretentious, and they say, "Let me check my schedule." Dude, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I do not appreciate that. I don't know why.
Let me check the old schedule.
Why does that? I don't know why that bothers me. It shouldn't, because that's probably the way it really is pronounced.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything.
And we're the American. It's kind of like they say butterfly, or the Cockney accent is butterfly, and here we say butterfly. So I get that we're the ones that are WT in this scenario, but for some reason I hear schedule and I just I'm not going to say anything. I don't know why. That's a pet peeve. That's a really dumb pet peeve. That's one of mine. You, James, you got one?
You gotta go first. Pet peeve. What's a pet peeve?
Well,
turn that around. Turn that ship around.
It's just a basic one I figure, but mine is pretty much I talk to a lot of people. That's pretty much what I have to do for work, and there's so many. Instead of just being upfront and make a clear, honest declaration of your needs, everyone just gives me their passive aggressive, covert narcissism, and it's just tell me what you want. Just don't beat around the bush or pussyfoot around or drag it out and waste exorbitant amounts of my time when I could be doing something useful, like not talking to you when you're like that. So I just, it's like, why do I want to go on this emotional roller coaster where it's horrible, and not only is the roller coaster on fire, it's going straight right down into an on-fire dumpster. So regardless, you're just losing either way. You just got to figure just clear, open, and honest communication is important in all aspects of your life, but especially when you're dealing with coworkers, clients, and just out of touch 4 generations older family members. It just I don't want to talk about work, but you know. What about Aaron? Let's
All right, Aaron.
You know what? I was thinking about pet peeves. I do have a pet peeve. You know, I'm glad you. Who asked that question?
Sinaim is coming up with all these great
You're
questions.
The champion, Sinaim, you are the champion of this show right now because I do have a pet. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, my pet peeve: driver and system updates. Why do I have to do it? It's like you know what, and it's like you know what, you can want to update this. Do I have to update? Do I really want it? You can want to update it because you know because of security. Well, like I want to be secure. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have that. Yeah, well, I mean, if you don't, what would happen? What I mean, would they steal something of mine? Oh yes, definitely. I mean, information, maybe bank information. They could steal from me. Well, I don't want that. Yeah, I guess I'll. It's new, right? Oh, you definitely want the new one. Yeah, I do. So I'll just update it. Okay, so I hit update. That product failure. What just happened? Is that what did this used to do this thing? Can I that very vital important thing that I needed? I really need that thing. I just need to get back to the way it was. Oh no, that was something offered me the older version, and now is the new, more secure version that doesn't do that thing. I really need that thing back, though. Can I just go back to where it was before? And then, no. So pretty much just say goodbye to that and just, but now know that you're more secure. But I can't do my job, though. Can I undo that? So you didn't say that product failure was the outcome of updating. Could I have just stayed the same? Well, you could for a while. For a while, like forever? No, only for a little while. Then we forced the updates. You forced the update, but it worked. It worked great though. But it worked before. But it's secure now. You want it to be secure. I want it to work though. Can I just? So that would be a pet peeve.
There's one more good one. And Sinaim, you keep coming up with these good things. I'm about to wrap it up, but this one is actually really good. Name one thing you guys admire about each other. And
oh, wow.
I'm going to go first. Let's see. So for Aaron, one thing that I admire about you, your sincerity and your honesty and your, I know I'm only supposed to name one thing.
Wow, I really appreciate that.
You know what? Wisdom. If I had to say one thing, it would be wisdom.
Wow.
Is something, and which is so funny because I think at the time that I wanted you to play the Jinn of Wisdom, it's not that I didn't think you were smart, but I thought you were really cool. I thought you were really creative and stuff like that. But since then, I've gotten to know you really well. We've become really good friends. We've had a lot of deep conversations. And more often than not, you have shown me, or you've given me, not just pearls of wisdom, but like something really deep that's like, dude, that's really good. Oh my gosh. And also, it should be known that you've actually written some of the dialogue for the Jinn of Wisdom. When I couldn't come up with something, you were like, well, how about this? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's really good. And you actually just sent me an email the other day where you sent something that was as if the Jinn of Wisdom had written it, and you just blew my mind. So I would say the other stuff I said too, but wisdom is what I'd say for you. James, I would say you are...
You don't gotta lie.
Gosh, if I had to say one thing, your passion for your craft is amazing. As an actor, you are incredible. You give your all. And you know, even just for Aladdin, there were times where you would just be an extra helping out, dressed up like a bounty hunter or dressed up like a person where you can't really tell that it's you unless we point it out to people. And you were willing to get knocked over, kicked, get your shoulder dislocated. You have always been in it to win it. And I've seen it in a lot of other roles that you've done, like the, oh my gosh, your role for, the zombie film with the 2-finger guns.
Oh, the world where finger guns worked on zombies.
Dude,
yeah, that's
awesome. Amazing, dude. Like
I remember
you
that.
are just you are all in at your craft, and you are just an incredible actor.
Now, granted, I wish I didn't tear a ligament like on the Aladdin set, but I hear and appreciate your sentiment.
All right, you guys, real quick, and then we are going to wrap it
mine
up.
Came up right away. It's like, James, you add value to everything. And it's like, your perspective is super valuable, and I really appreciate, like, you are a fan of things, you are deliberate in the things that you love, and you champion things that, like I said, man, your perspective on these things is, I don't even know how else to say it, is super valuable to me. It's like, okay, so James, what's your take on this? Is this going to be cool, or is this lame? And then it's like, you'll give a very just, you know what? Sometimes I love the things where you hate that you love this thing, or you love to hate something, but you add value. So, and then your creativity is inspiring, but also your dedication and work ethic it's like, you make me think that I can do awesome things. It's like, it's funny because both of your personalities are very valuable to me, because that what you said to me, like wisdom, I hope to be wise, but I want the truest perspectives. But in the makeup of me, both of you are very important to my perspective. It's like, man, I want to be able to know, it's like, look, I'm going to go, I love this thing, I'm going to be creative, and I have the work ethic to drive it through. And I hope that it will be appreciated, anything that I do, with a passion of James THL Polonese, and his love of it will add value to whatever I create. So that's mine.
It's awesome. Jimbo.
Man, I talk too much.
No, that was good. That was good. Again,
it's
wisdom. That was
insightful,
good
needed.
stuff.
Well, Aaron, we have spent, there have been times where we have just talked for hours, and I'm not saying, just hours, couple, 2, 3. The sun has come up when we have gone to sit at a Ram's Horn, a Denny's, a Steak and Shake, an IHOP from 10 p.m. just to shoot the breeze, and then 7 a.m. rolls around, and we have discussed everything. We've waxed philosophical. Like, you have been willing to sit there, and like, you've really tried to level with me on things. You've taken a genuine interest in how I view things, and I just admire. Well, one, I never get tired of just listening to you talk about anything, really. Like, it's just,
Thank you.
And like you said with the AI thing, like, you are in a league all your own. Like, when it comes to your voice, when it comes to your voiceover work, I just kind of I try to get by where I can right now, but I know we'll have to talk about that.
100%. I got some cool tools.
But no, appreciate you, brother, and you're not afraid to be real with me about things, but you're not doing it just to cut me down or anything like that. Like, you made a point to really be upfront, with that open, honest communication. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's when the pandemic hit, and we couldn't sit at like a Denny's or a Rams until like 3 a.m.
That changed the world.
Matt, I mean, first of all, like, you're Matt Bush, and you're just a rock star just on your own anyway. And go looking at you can draw Star Wars videos. You've always even said yourself, with enough, practice or with enough passion for the craft, anyone can pursue anything they honestly want to do. And I didn't start off just saying, yeah, I'm just going to be an actor, or I'm going to be in this Aladdin film just because I can. No, I've hit rock bottom like during the shooting of this of Aladdin 3477, and Matt, you saw me through some things that you never had to at all, but you were the kind of friend that I definitely needed when I was growing up. That I never had, and you believed in me. Like you apparently think I'm good at what I do, and I appreciate that too. But no, you're so easy to talk to, and I don't have a lot of people that I can just have that kind of conversation with. Oh, and when you were teaching at Macomb, we'd go to Costco and get those chicken bakes and the frozen mochas. No, you really make me believe like I could actually succeed at my creative aspirations. And like both of you guys, I really appreciate just who you've been to me over the last few years, and what I've gathered from just the friendships from you guys and the things I've learned from you is worth more than any kind of money I could have made, doing this film. I mean, this really was like a family kind of endeavor, because a lot of other films, they say you're a family. I've been on sets where we wrap in a few months to maybe a year, and you never see them again unless you work on a different project together. I've been with these guys like 7 to 10, close to a decade now at this point, and for better or worse, like, in it for the long haul. I wouldn't trade these guys for anything.
That's amazing. And you know what's cool? We were only supposed to name one thing that we admired about each other.
And
this turned into an essay for each of us.
One thing
for each of us.
One thing about you guys.
No,
Okay.
I mean,
just one random thing. If I just off.
Oh my gosh!
I appreciate not only your Morgan Freeman-esque voice, but also your Morgan Freeman-esque facial hair that I cannot grow. I'm not
That's the
proud of
Greek
how
part of
long
it.
that took.
Filipinos
And
do
I'm
not
not
have
gonna
facial
talk about
hair,
that.
but for some reason the Greek part of me does able to do it.
Oh my gosh!
And that, just hands down, before I even officially met you, you're one of my favorite artists. Like I look at your art, I'm like, oh man, look at that. That's
you.
Profound.
Sanaim says it's getting emotional here with like waterfall tears, and this is getting deep. That was awesome. So we are going to wrap it up here. That was amazing. Thank you, Sanaim, for the awesome questions and taking it to a fun place. You made that really fun for us to kind of have some fun. We should do that we should answer those questions every time with all of our guests. Speaking
for all of your friends.
Speaking of all of our guests, we are going to be back next Sunday night, and I just got it confirmed this evening that next Sunday night, renowned speed painter artist Dave Santia in the house. Finally, we had to reschedule. I think I got COVID like like a month and a half ago. It was right when I got back from my trip, so we had to reschedule. But he is back in it to win it. There is so much that I want to talk about with him. He is such a cool guy, and he's seen Aladdin 3477. Look at this. He's a fan, which is awesome. Cannot wait to hang out with Dave next week and talk about projects he's done, past, present, and future. That's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure to tune into that.
He's got a real cool Dave Grohl painting hanging outside the bathroom at Regale.
Yeah, and he's got a painting at Freddy's, at Freddy's Bar and Grill. He has a painting. It's a centerpiece Obi-Wan Kenobi painting at Rancho Obi-Wan in California, Steve Sansweet's place. Saneem says, thank you. I'll be here all day.
Hey.
Awesome. Super cool. All right. You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much for joining in the live stream lounge. Woohoo! All right, guys. Thank you so much. Woohoo! See you guys.